place or thing we become separated from our inner selves, from our loved ones, and from God. Addiction forms a troublesome triangle that impacts everything we do. Today many people equate the words intimacy and relationship with a sexual act. And all too often, what they are referring to is simply another form of addiction. The word intimate comes from the Latin intimus and means within, private, personal, closely acquainted, or very familiar. It's a very powerful word. The sexual act is only a small part of intimacy. True intimacy is first a blending of mind and spirit that goes beyond the sex act, and brings us into an incredible closeness to another human being. And true intimacy is not achieved quickly. It's a labor of love that takes time and demands respect for oneself and another. It's not a quick fix, it's an ongoing work of art. Does the word addict bother you? It's a word many of us only use when we're describing severely impaired people. Actually, there are degrees of addiction, and we've all experienced some form of it at one time or another. The word addict means one who is devoted to a constant practice or habit. And considering our basic human needs, no wonder we often fall into addiction. Dr. Stanley Gitlow provides a clear view of addiction. It's a disease in which any technique for adapting to life is used other than healthy, interpersonal relating. Another way of describing addiction is unhealthy dependence. In a relationship, when we become too dependent, we are acting like a person hooked on alcohol or drugs. Regardless of what our love object is, a dependent person is in a state of suspense. Because when we're addicted, our lives are suspended much of the time. And that suspense will eventually wear us down. To test your own closest relationships, try the 5 C's of addiction and see what you come up with. Addiction, or unhealthy dependence, involves craving, compulsion, loss of control despite attempts to control, and continuation of the behavior even though there are life-damaging consequences. Do you crave certain behaviors from your partner? Do you feel compulsion driving you to always get your own way? Do you feel like you are losing your control at times? And do you continue those behaviors even though the consequences are damaging to your life? If you are caught in this kind of cycle, you are in a process involving more than just habit. You qualify as a relationship addict. But it's up to you to figure out if you're mildly, moderately, or seriously impaired. Subscribe to Total Transformation channel.